Hey, JudgeSoup, I'm going to do a brief rundown on how to edit this stuff. So right now, I have all the code in the game here. So if you were to hover over the character model or the shirts, you'll notice that it actually has this prompt here, this UI, and it allows you to buy stuff. So this is a basic idea of what you can do. Now, I want to explain how this thing works as well as how the teleporter works. Now, this is not a normal teleporter. This teleports you between games. So that's going to be important. Um, I'm going to teach you how to like set this up as well. Now, how all this works is pretty straightforward. So, I'm going to start with the mannequin. This is the most simple one because it only has a shirt and pants. And if you look under the pants and shirt instances here, you'll notice that it says content ID. You need to have this content ID here under here in order for it to work. And you'll notice that if you select one of the content IDs, it has the marketplace ID, not the asset ID. Notice how this ID is not the same as the one that is in the texture, right? The numbers aren't the same. This is important because this is a number that is going to be used to make it so the script is sellable. Make sure you have this correctly. Otherwise, this script will not work if you don't have the right ID. Now, what you need to have is if you want to change like the shirt that you want to sell, all you have to do is get the marketplace ID. And that is basically just getting the numbers from the link and then pasting it in values and then pasting it into pants, which will automatically convert it to a asset ID. Now, including this mannequin, there is this rack. Now, this rack is interesting because it has actually 6 articles of clothing. You know, it has 3 shirts and 3 pants. How does this work? Well, it actually how this works is it uses something called text. So if you were to scroll down into this, you'll notice that it says a tags that says clothing sale, right? So clothing sale, this is a tag which like identifies that this model is like has clothing that can be sellable. Now, if you were to go to here and you go to one of the mannequins here, you'll notice that it doesn't have the tag. Instead, the whole rack has a tag. So that's basically it. This model, anything inside of the model, if it finds a shirt and that shirt has a content ID, it will automatically like set it up so it is sellable. Now that is how it works. So in the case that you want to modify this, like what I recommend is copy and paste either just the torso or the legs, and then making sure that the model has this closing sale on it, this closing sale tag, right? What I recommend is getting the tag editor plugin, which I'll link to you. So it should be somewhere right here. Instance tagging, yeah. So if you go to tag window, it says like a closing sale. You can click this to import, right? And let me just do this for game teleport too. Now, if you go and click on world view, you'll notice that it labels any model which has this like closing sale tag as yellow, right? And anything else, and the different objects with different tags with different colors. So this is how you know if you have this, like if you have the color that is corresponding to this clothing sale tag, that means you got this correctly. And you need to make sure that once again that the article of clothing has this content ID. It needs to be named content ID. It needs to have the marketplace ID. I cannot emphasize enough. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is a game teleport. Now, the reason why I have this feature is because Roblox has a how Roblox handles like a selling of shirts from other games, which is not owned by the creator of the shirts, is that the game that sold the shirt gets a commission. And I think that's fair enough, right? Like they set up your clothing and they might get a cut of it, but I kind of have an issue with it because the cut is 40%, and I feel like that 40% is a little bit too high. So I'm gonna give people the option to like teleport to another game and sell the shirt there, so you don't need to get the 40% cut, right? I would personally be okay if it's like a maximum of like 10%, but 40% is just insane. I can understand why people would not like would want to avoid like that cut. So how this RSPB teleport works is under here it has a setting, right? Now it has author, game name, preview image, and TPID. Now this is pretty straightforward. The author is the creator of the game. The game name is just the name of the game, right? Preview image is the decal link for the thumbnail, pretty basic. And teleport ID is the game ID. So that's pretty much it. So if you want to have a teleport in the game, use this, and you'll be solid. And that's all. And one last thing, this is the space that you need to build in. Don't try to like go past the walls. The space is limited, but hopefully this is good enough for you. Just for scale, I'll just pull out a character model here, right? This is how big the room is, so yeah, pretty roomy, right? So hopefully this is enough for you, and you don't need to use all of the ceiling space. You can like close it up a bit. If you want a second floor, that'd be awesome, but just don't stress too much about like using up all the space. You don't need to use all up the space, right? This is like the maximum space that you need to use. So that's it. Good luck, JudgeSoup.